listening to the Tricorder transmissions. Or leave. Episode 9.
Just what the doctor ordered. Right, doctor? I couldn't have prescribed better.
And with that familiar music, you know that you have once again been granted shore leave. I am Jeff Hewlett, one half of the Shore Leave crew, and with me is my spectacular co-host who recently saved her dog from being eaten by a tribble-crazed glommer, and my bodyguard for the upcoming Star Trek Las Vegas convention, the one and only Miss Heather Barker is here.
That was perfect. Thankfully, Blizzard is okay, everybody. He is fine. He really didn't look that bothered by the glommer. He was hanging out with the glommer and the one tribble that remains alive, hanging out, taking a nap. So everything worked out. They're all cohabitating.
Very good. I was very worried when you sent me that picture because the glommer seemed to be attached to the dog's head.
He just happened to roll over and lay that way. And it was just the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. And
Aww.
He looked slightly bothered by it, but not too much. And then the one with the tribble, he was cuddling. So it's pretty adorable.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad to know the dog wasn't harmed. Maybe we can post that picture on the episode page for this episode so people can see what we're talking about.
I will make sure to do that.
Oh, very cool. So thank you all, by the way, out there for joining us. This is our surprise 9th installment of Shore Leave, and this is actually, funnily enough, the 3rd installment of what was to be our 2-part Vendor Room Spectacular. And we've been keeping this one a little bit close to the vest because we had lined up a special surprise guest for this one. And I think both Heather and I are equally incredibly excited to talk to the co-founder and CEO of ShopLLAP.com, Danny Schwartz.
Hi, that was such a nice entrance. Thank you. That was really nice.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Thank you.
I know
I'm flattered.
Heather and I are both very excited that you're here with us tonight. I remember Heather telling me that she was talking to you and getting you to come on the show and talk about the merchandise and you coming to the convention. So thanks a lot for taking your time out to be with me.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And thank you, Heather, for reaching out to me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for responding because you don't know this, and this is not a creeper thing. I have followed you since you were in Itty Bitty Etsy shop. Really? I remember. Yes, I remember when you popped up. And
wow.
Yeah, so I followed, and now you have your own store online, and so I was just when I saw that you were going to be at STLV, I just said I have to try to reach out because
awesome.
we are. Yeah, we'll talk about whether you've been to conventions or not in a little while, but STLV. So this will be my 8th one. I think I've been going since 2009, and all of our listeners were like one great big family. So you will find this out. You're going to get pulled into this great big family.
Yes.
And I was just like, she's perfect. All of your stuff. I think everybody out there who loves Star Trek knows about your store. A lot of my friends have bought stuff, and I think I follow you on Twitter and then Instagram.
Thank you. I feel so special. Thank you.
I was thrilled when you responded because I just knew that you would be perfect to come on the show, and we're so excited. So thanks all around.
This is exciting. I mean, this is my first real interview, anything about the shop. I've always been in the background and had my grandpa take care of everything with speaking to people, everything. That was his thing, and I just, when you asked me, I just told myself, no, I didn't tell myself. My grandpa was in my head saying, yes, you're going to do it. So, yes, I did it. And I'm very excited. I'm happy that I did it. So thank you.
For people that don't know who your grandfather is, do you want to let them know?
My grandpa was Leonard Nimoy, who played Mr. Spock on Star Trek.
Who we love very, very much. We are big fans. Just for anybody out there who did not know, I wanted them to know. And I remember that he would tweet. I mean, he would always be tweeting the store and saying, "Oh, new batch of shirts up."
Prints and everything. Yeah, it was what we thought of, considered like our hobby together, but it turned into a passion.
I love it. Do you want to, do you mind telling us like how it kind of came about?
Sure. I'll try to shorten it because I'm very good at telling long stories.
Oh, no, feel free to tell us the long version. It's okay. We've got time.
Okay. Sounds good. You got an hour?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So it was in 2009, my grandpa, who also, in case you didn't know, he was a photographer. So he had a project coming out and an event in Massachusetts for the Mass Mocha, and he wanted to do T-shirts, which he had done before. And he was talking about it, and I just questioned him, saying, well, with your merchandise, the T-shirts you're going to make, they're not going to be as uncomfortable as your last ones, right? And, he looked at me and, with this amused face that he would have, actually similar to Spock. If he thought something was fascinating, he would look at you like that, like no words, and just look at you like, oh, really? And so, he pretty much questioned me and said, oh, so, you think you could do better? And I'm like, yeah. So I did better, and he loved the shirts, and we opened up an Etsy shop. And then I created a Twitter for him because we were not getting any sales. And I taught him how to use the Twitter. Well, we taught each other because I was new. And then he would tweet just promoting the shop, and it turned into this love that he tweeted all the time. And oh my gosh, he loved it. He loved being on Twitter and talking to everybody. It made him very happy. So he would do that and started using LLAP, Live Long and Prosper, every time he tweeted. That grew popular. And then we started making LAP shirts and doing well. And in 2012, we opened up ShopLLAP. We graduated from Etsy to ShopLLAP.com. And that's how it started. And we created a lot of merchandise together and designs, and he was my right-hand man in this, and my partner, and we had our weekly meetings, and it was fun. It was great.
So how did you guys decide on the designs? It was all teamwork?
It was half and half. Like, he would have an idea, then I would, if I liked it, then we would work on it together, and then vice versa. So we had a lot of, vetoes with the ideas. But we came up with a few things together, but really we would just work on it, our ideas together, and help one another to come up with something special. He was really great. He would just always, if he had an idea, it always had to do with his fans and what they would like, exactly them. He would call me up and was so excited. And I think I maybe said no to like one thing. And because he was so excited about it. He definitely loved ShopLLAP. Yeah, it makes me sad, but happy.
Do you have any favorite pieces of merchandise that you guys worked on together?
Yes, definitely. I think my favorite is I call it the Vulcan tee, and it's a half face of Mr. Spock, like in a comic book look. And that's very special to me because my friend, who's a comic book artist, I had him do so many drafts, and my poppy and I had a lot of fun, like critiquing them and choosing which one we liked best. And he named it the Vulcan, so I went with it, and that's definitely, I treasure that one a lot. It's my favorite.
I just looked it up, and I see that on the back you have LLAP 1931 to 2015.
Yeah, those are limited edition. So I have a few left of those. So get them while you can.
Just a few. So maybe we need to get those before the convention.
Yeah, those are great. So,
which I guess might be a good little segue into what types of items you might have at the convention. I know that you sent me some really awesome things, which I assume might be kind of what you're going to bring.
definitely. I want to give you a little peek.
And I love
Just
them
a little.
all. I have to say, though, that my favorite out of everything is the sticker, which has the LLP hand, and it says proud honorary grandchild of Leonard Nimoy. And it's going to make me cry. Anytime I talk about Leonard Nimoy, I cry. So that's
join the club.
And I think that all of us in our STLV family agree that him adopting us was just such an incredibly meaningful gesture. The minute that I saw this sticker, my heart just melted. I'm like, I'm keeping that. Jeff cannot have it.
Well, don't worry, Jeff. There's plenty for you.
Oh, thank you. I plan to pick up many things, actually. Are you going to have the full line of merchandise at the convention available?
I'm not going to have everything that I sell on the site because I wanted to make room for some special items for the convention. But if you want anything else special, I'll have, the iPad where I can place an order for you and ship it as soon as I get back from the convention. But you're going to love what I have and what will be there. Definitely.
Can you give us some hints as to what special stuff you're planning to have?
Sure. Well, okay. So I have 3 items that right now it's just for the convention, and I'll see whether or not to continue them because I really love them. One of them, it's very meaningful to me. Well, first I'll explain the story behind it. So a couple weeks, like maybe 3 weeks actually, before my grandpa passed, we had a talk, and we were talking about ways to market the shop and get it more out there. And we were also talking about me going and doing conventions and being a vendor. So, he was very excited about the 50-year anniversary and wanted to be here so bad, just talked about it so much, and even tweeted. He would say 1 year and something amount of days to go for. And so I have one item that is very special to me, and I'll tell you the story behind it. But a few weeks before my grandfather passed away, we had one of our little meetings, and we're talking about ways to market the shop. And we had spoken about me selling at conventions, and he loved that idea and wanted to figure out how I can get onto it and start selling. And, the 50-year anniversary was really big for him. We were planning ideas to, special products for this year, everything. He was so excited for this anniversary. This is such a big accomplishment, being Mr. Spock and having such wonderful fans. He just was so thankful and excited and wanted to share it with everybody. And he would talk about it all the time and tweet about it, and just having a countdown for for everybody to read. It was just very big for him. So I had somebody make these woven bracelets, and they say, like, instead of "I love New York," it says "I" with the Vulcan hand, Leonard Nimoy. And you can see the image on my Instagram. And I really want people to buy those and wear them around the convention and have a piece of Leonard Nimoy with them so that he can be there. And it would be like feeling like he's present there. So,
oh my God. Well, I will be coming, like, what is it? Tuesday nights. I will be popping over to you and being sure that I grab one. I popped over to the Instagram, so I see it right here, and I'm totally gonna cry. Man, I will tell you, just since this is your first time going to this convention, and it sounds like maybe your first time going to any convention, he is very much there. He is very much there. And there was a bunch of people dressed up as Spock last year. There was like a Spock day. So this is just perfect. And I will be telling everybody, like, outside of the podcast, like, it will go on my Facebook, it will go on my Twitter, to make sure that they do that, because I think that's think that's a really great way to have him there. So thank you for doing
Thank
that. And thank you for
you.
sharing. That's
You're
just such
giving
a
me
sweet thing.
goosebumps, Heather. Seriously.
I,
Wow.
I, yeah, I
Thank
totally, this
you.
is so, but it's so nuts, but I totally feel like he's watching over us right now and like saying, like,
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna
I
make me
made
cry.
this happen. It means a lot to us as fans and as people that go to the convention and honor him at the convention to know
Thank you.
that he loved us so much and
Yeah, you did.
just hearing about your relationship with him and how strong it was is it makes me feel good. I'm just like we all know that he was such a loving, wonderful person, and to know that that was your relationship, it's
Yeah.
just another reason for me to love him.
So can I just say, Danny, real quickly, that I really love that illogical pin.
Thank you. That's my
Yes.
favorite too.
Oh my god, I
Yes,
have to
I will
have them.
have those.
I have to
Good.
have them.
I love that one.
Yeah.
I sell more of the hand ones, and I think the illogical one is so funny. It's just like I wear mine all the time.
It's
It's like
brilliant.
it's what I'm thinking, you know?
Yeah, I already like went through the shop and I'm like shopping. I'm like, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that. And then if you don't have it, I will just have you order it for me and then send it when you get
Perfect.
back. Which
You got
brings
it.
up one point because someone else mentioned it. I think it was in Twitter somewhere. The
Uh-huh.
Spock Kokeshi doll. Are you going to have because they're made by someone else?
Right.
That's
Yes.
also the he was on Etsy. Do you think you'll have any
Yeah.
of those?
I have I didn't even think about it. I could see if the artist Craig, that he's a part of the Kokeshi clan, so
Mhm.
amazing and talented. Oh my gosh, I love his work. I can see if I can get a few of them and bring them to the convention because they're so special. And he packaged them, the Spock ones, in like a Shop LLAP bag, like packaging, and
Oh.
which is so special. And I didn't even see that tweet. So I am definitely gonna get on that and see
It might
if I can
it
do
might
anything.
even have been like Instagram because I think he tweeted a
Got it.
photo or whatever, posted a picture of it with like the pins. Yeah, with the pins. And I have to tell you, I have been like I've had that doll favorited in Etsy for like 4 years or something.
That's what I was doing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just have not like made the leap for some reason because
Right.
he's got several others. I
Yes.
don't remember if he's got the whole crew.
I think he
I
has
know,
a few.
yeah, I think he's got at least three. And it's not like, hey, bring me one or anything. If you don't get them, I know you've got a lot to do, but I know those are so cool. And I think someone said like they had bought one kind of through you or something.
Uh-huh.
So I know like those, they're so unique. And that's what I really like about your products versus a lot of things in the vendor's room. It's just like older merchandise. It's not these really unique, special things.
Thank you. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it. And a lot of my merchandise, I get them from actual Star Trek fans, and I like to support artists. And you'll be seeing a few things like I got quilts. I'm going to bring a few gorgeous Star Trek quilts from this woman in Sacramento. Oh, beautiful, beautiful quilts, and she's making me for the convention a passport holder that we created
Oh,
together. And it says "Boldly Go,"
cool.
and I'm all about being unique and supporting.
And that's how I am, and that's why I'm just like
Yay.
if you get that doll there, I'm buying that. But
Okay, you got
then
it.
it's so funny because I have thought about okay, I've got this much money budgeted for the convention, and I've got to buy food, and I've got to buy this, and I'm like I'm not going to spend a lot of money in the
I get
vendors
it.
room this year, right? No way. I'm just like I said, I was sitting here doing my own little shopping list, looking through your store. And then you mentioned a quilt, and I'm just like,
Oh my
what?
gosh, they're
Okay.
so beautiful. I
Well,
love them.
you and our friend Mickey, who's also got some really awesome stuff, just very
Yay.
unique things. You guys are going to be my first stops.
Awesome. I want to,
Yes.
oh gosh, but now I'm going to want to go see Mickey's stuff and go shop
We
over
will
there.
make sure. Which Yeah, we will make sure that you see her stuff because her stuff is just really neat. And I just
I'm
love you
excited.
guys because it is just so unique and heartfelt. I mean, and knowing your story and knowing how Leonard Nimoy, put thought into your products with you just makes
Yeah.
them even more special. So I think you are going to be a big, big hit. Be
I
ready.
appreciate it. I really hope so. I'm very nervous. So
It's
very nervous.
everybody is very friendly. I think we're all a little nervous, honestly, because it's sold out. It's going to be, the biggest
Uh-huh.
STLV to date, really, which is the perfect
Amazing.
year for you to come.
Are you trying to help Danny not be nervous with that,
I
Heather?
know, right?
No, but I'm saying this. We are all a little nervous about the amount of people. And the Shore Leave podcast is pretty new. It only
Mhm.
came about in the last year. Just after the last STLV, we kind of did like little reunion podcasts with our buddies, and then I
Right.
thought, hey, I want to do like a con 101 type thing. And so
Love it.
Shore Leave was born. And so I'm gonna be like Jeff and I will be promoting the podcast. And I've never done that. So I'm like, oh my gosh,
That's
like
awesome.
I've gotta be on top of that. So I think we're all a little nervous.
Definitely.
But you will have a lot of fans. Everybody is just awesome. And like I said, so many of
I
my friends follow your store and have bought things from you that they're gonna come up and introduce themselves and like be
good.
your BFF like right off the bat.
I'm a nice person, so come to me. Like
Oh.
I like good vibes, positive vibes. So
I think you're going to get plenty of those.
good. I'm glad. I'm glad.
So getting back really quick to your merchandise, I know you told us about one item specifically that's going to be special for the
Mhm.
convention. Is there anything else that you're working on? I think you said you had a couple things.
Yes. So also the passport holder,
Mhm.
which is going to be very cool. And then it's a special giveaway. If for people who spend $50 and over,
Ooh.
um, I love drawstring backpacks. So
Oh.
I got some made and printed on the back, like one of my graphics that I had made for the shop, where it has a hand and then it says "Live long and prosper," and
Mhm.
it lines up where it says LLAP. So they're really pretty cool. I really want to keep one, but I can't. So they're awesome, and I hope that everybody will like them.
I think they will. How many illogical pins do I have to buy to get to $50?
I can't do math right now.
It's okay. So I think on Tuesday night in the preview night in the vendor room, Heather and I are going to have to rack up $50 and spend just to make sure we get one of those.
Oh, that will be easy for
Sounds
me.
good. You'll see. There's some pretty awesome new shirts that I'm doing, and new shirt like t-shirt styles, and it's gonna be good. It'll be good.
Are there going to
Yeah.
be the proud honorary grandchild stickers?
Oh, of course.
Okay,
Of
because those are going
course.
to sell like
It
hotcakes.
has to be there. Yeah. Don't you
I
worry.
Yeah, I'm going to be tweeting the pictures of the goodies that you sent. I wanted to wait until we had done the podcast, and I think I'll wait until we actually release the podcast. But I'm gonna tweet the pictures because I love, like, you sent the bag and you had the little LLP sticker on the back, and oh,
Thank you. That
it
means a lot to
was,
me.
yeah, it's just great packaging, and
I'm
yeah,
all about the details. I'm a little like my grandpa will tell you, like he would just be like, "Are you done yet?" I'd be like I'd be like folding it and making it all nice, and he'd laugh at me like, "What are you doing?" But that not everyone's like that, So
no,
I'm very like
no.
anal about that stuff. So
That
thank you.
that sets you apart because I'm a big Etsy shopper. I really like to
Mhm.
buy unique things that are
Me
handmade.
too. Yeah.
And like, the little note that you send is just, and I'm like, not everybody sends a note. But
Yeah.
every time I get a note, I'm just like, oh, that's so sweet that they took the
I do.
time out of their day to write a note.
Yeah. Well, if it wasn't for those great Etsy sellers, I wouldn't know to do that really.
Isn't
So
that awesome?
yeah, I love it. I've learned a lot from Etsy and Etsy sellers, actually.
It's a great way to have a personal touch to an
Totally.
online purchase, which normally would never have any sort of personal
Right.
touch
Yeah.
to it. So
For sure.
Yep.
That's what I want to try to bring that to my table at the convention. So I'm trying to figure out some extra things to make it more
Aw.
personal. So if you have any ideas, let me know.
when I get those types of notes from online purchases, I actually save them.
So do I. Are you kidding
I
me?
have a bunch of them.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
really old
I
ones, like from the
totally
mid
do.
90s when I bought stuff online and they would have little handwritten notes in them, and I still have them.
That's I keep everything, so I don't think that's weird.
Well, I don't feel so weird now.
I have a lot of little mementos.
Yeah, you will probably leave the convention with some of them too, because I've got like little scrapbooks with different things that I've gotten. Yeah, so you'll probably
I mean,
leave with a little handful of things.
that sounds good to me. I mean, I've been to a couple conventions, and the one that I went to in Chicago, I bought so many pins,
Huh.
and I just, oh my gosh, I'm looking at them right now because I put them all on my mannequin. I had this mannequin with pins, and I'm looking, I'm like, oh, I got that one at the convention, and that one, and that one, and that. It's like, I love buying things at the convention.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
We'll have to make sure you get a tricorder transmissions pin.
Oh my God,
Yes.
that would be amazing, please.
Yes.
I would love to.
Yeah, so they're
Thank
gonna go out to
you.
the
That's
special
awesome.
people.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
look
very
at
limited
me.
edition. Not many of them exist, so they have to be handed out in a very careful manner.
Oh, okay. All right. Sounds good. I get it.
So, can you? I'm actually really curious. 'Cause I
Mhm.
did some research before we got on. I saw an article from, got almost a year ago, talking about how you were going to be continuing the business after your grandfather's passing, and I was curious as to if you could give us a little bit of a preview of what you have in store for the future of Shop LLAP. Do you have any kind of a vision on where you'd like to go with it?
The plans that I have, I've really just, because it was from a year ago. So it was everything that I've done in the last year, what I've wanted to achieve, which is a much nicer website and mostly better photography and just make it look real or, just not so basic. And that definitely was one of my accomplishments. And the other one, I mean, I honestly haven't even thought about it because this whole year, the Star Trek convention has been on my mind.
Mhm.
So that's like been my main focus. But I do have some ideas in mind that I have been coming up with and trying to think of for the end of the year, which is make it, just expand it and do a lot of things in memory of my poppy. I do have a couple books in mind, like little
Oh.
coffee table books.
Wow.
Mhm.
And in case you didn't know, a portion of the sales to Shop LLAP are I donate them to COPD research, which is what he passed
Oh.
away from. And
Oh.
it's at UCLA, the research team over there, because that's where his doctor is.
Right.
So definitely everything that I want to give or create and sell, I want it to all be a part of the research team or giving money to them. That's really what I want to work with a lot of independent artists. And I've
Yeah.
been in talks with a few people and I would love to do that. I've got a few ideas, but I have to get back to them. They're there and we're going to talk, but there's definitely some things that I want to do. And I actually get a lot of suggestions from customers, which I
Oh.
love, love, love to get. It makes me feel really excited that they want to help out and they think about my shop. So I love that. That's also really great.
If we come up with any ideas, we will be sure to share them.
Sounds
Yes.
good. Thank you.
Yes. You too, listeners. Ideas, please.
Yes.
Oh, be careful what you wish for. So, why don't we wrap back around to the convention itself, since we haven't talked a lot about the convention and your table there. Is there anything particular that you're looking forward to at this convention aside from, being there as the business? Is there anything personal that you're looking forward to?
Oh my gosh. I mean, yes, definitely. But then it just makes me think about that my grandpa won't be there. But what I am excited about is being there for him. I'm really looking forward to that and seeing everybody. And I'm excited to meet people, and longtime customers. Hopefully, I'll get
Mhm.
to meet them. And
Yeah.
I'm very excited because just like my poppy, we remember names and faces, and I remember a lot of names. So I know if you introduce yourself that you've like shopped on my site, I'll know you. Like, so I'm excited about that, definitely. And I just want to feel my grandpa's presence there, pretty much. Like he's there.
Oh,
You
he
will
absolutely
be.
will be there.
You just be prepared because I think that you will probably hear a lot of stories, as I'm sure you've heard. But I
Yeah,
think
it's
that,
great.
with you being there, people like they feel like there's an automatic connection. He's just touched so many of us, and I've heard stories from so many people that I know you are going to hear them too. And the great thing is that I think they will make you feel really good, and you will definitely see how I'm not gonna cry. Gosh, how he
Yeah.
his spirit really lives on in the fans, and especially when we get together. He is alive in a
Yeah.
special way, especially at this convention among our family. It's just for us who go every year. I've said numerous times, like, I don't go to see the celebrity guests anymore. I go to see my friends because I've made
Oh, I
friends
love
from,
that.
yeah, all over the world.
Awesome.
And
Yeah.
the really cool thing is that even outside of like our little, we call it our Trek family, I see it with the celebrities too, because, it's a family reunion for them as
Hmm.
well. And even
Totally. I agree.
like some of the people in the vendors room that go every year. So there's just this great sense of community.
Yeah.
And he really is like, he's our grandfather too, in a way.
Yeah. Totally.
So I think
I
you're going to
agree.
be very pleasantly surprised, and
Good.
I'm going to hang out with you for a little bit so that I can hear some of these stories because they
Oh my God. Ugh. I'm really, I wasn't going to, but I'm gonna bring some tissue boxes with me. I'm kind
yeah,
of
you
Yeah,
might.
that might
I
be a
think
good idea.
yeah, I think
I'm the
I mean
sensitive type.
well,
So
trust me, I wear my heart on my sleeve, and when it
got
comes to
it.
your grandfather, and my connection with his character, just him as a human
Mm-hmm.
being,
Mm-hmm.
it's just very, very powerful. And so I love hearing everyone's stories about how the characters in Star Trek have changed their life in some way, have caused some kind of great positive event in their
Right.
life. There's just
Yeah.
there's so much that we take from the entire Star Trek franchise, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I might just have to hang out at your booth for a little bit and
Sounds
listen to some of the stories.
that sounds good to me, and I'd love to hear stories as well. Like you said, I love story time. I'll just need to make sure that my friend who's working with me can take care of it all,
Yeah, I was going to ask if you were
manage it.
flying solo or you had help.
I've got one person helping, and then my mom and her husband will come down and they'll hang out with us and help out if needed. So I hope that me and my friend, like, that's enough.
Well, it would be nice if you could get out and actually walk around the convention a bit too.
Totally. That's what I really want to do. So I'm going to train my mom and her husband on how to use the register thing. So, because I asked if I could, go walk around while they babysit.
Yeah.
So, right now, you're going to be there the entire convention, right?
Yes, I will.
Very good. That's a lot of merchandise you're going to need to bring.
Oh my gosh, now you're scaring me again.
Right? I really think you should bring more than you think you need to bring.
Yeah, I have a
Really?
feeling it's going to be insane. I
Bro.
mean, it's totally sold out, and there's going to be so many people there. And I think, this is the first time your stuff's going to be available, at a table
Yeah.
at a convention. I think people are going to really respond to it.
Yes.
And oh goodness gracious. Okay.
Not to scare
Oh,
you.
now I'm like thinking, well, what are they going to buy? What's popular? So
Well,
gotta figure that out.
hopefully people that listen to the podcast can give us some feedback.
Definitely.
Yes.
we share the podcast when it comes out, and we'll tweet it, we'll put it on Facebook, we'll put it everywhere we can, and
Thank you.
we'll get a link to your shop, and then people can comment on what they like and what they're interested in.
That'd be awesome, because a lot of the things they're not on the website that I'm, the bracelets, and there's some other things actually, now that I think about it, that are not on the website, but I'm gonna bring them, to the convention.
Just
like some jewelry.
Whatever. Ooh, jewelry. Okay.
Jewelry. Oh, come on. You have to expound on this now.
Well, okay, fine. I'm going to tell you. And hopefully, this was my idea. And this is one of the times where I wish that my grandpa was there to say yes or no. I had these silver bracelets and like bangles, big bangles, I guess. Not big, but bangles, engraved in Spock We Trust.
Oh my God.
With the logo, the hand.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I'll buy.
You're selling out of those.
Seriously, this is. I just love this. You're like, I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have that. And I'm like, yep, fine it. after I said, okay, here's my budget. I'm not gonna spend a lot. Yeah, right.
Don't forget though. You get the drawstring backpack. Don't forget.
Hey, I'm going to get that thing. I'm getting it.
Exactly. That's what I want to hear.
I might even, you know what I might do? I might spend enough that I can get 2 of them, and I'll give you one. And that way you'll have one. That's what I'm doing.
Now, we've said this a million times on the show prior, but I just want to remind everybody that there is, right down the hall, a UPS store that you can buy all this stuff and ship it home.
That's awesome.
So don't feel like you can't buy the quilts and all the other stuff and pack it in a box and ship it home. So, I know there's going to be so much stuff there, and everyone's going to want to buy so much of it. And it's actually easy. You don't have to squeeze it all in your luggage. So don't be afraid.
True that.
Yeah.
Yep. Or you can just carry around the quilt like a blanket, around you everywhere.
You could cosplay in the quilt.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, I love mine. I put mine on the couch and bring it with me to my chair. Eat dinner with it.
One.
No, I don't, but it's pretty cool. We even have them in baby sizes.
Oh, well, there you go. People love to buy the baby stuff. There's there's a limited amount. Yeah, because Mickey, who I mentioned, she makes these really adorable little crochet plushes. And the first one I bought was a Spock. And then she made a Kirktopus. So
oh my God, that's amazing. Yeah, I've seen the Spocktopus.
Yes, so she makes those, and so she even has made them so that they're baby proof. So the eyes they're not removable or anything. And there's really not a whole lot at the convention to buy for babies. So those will sell.
Well, yes, there needs to be more things. So I'm glad I'm bringing that.
Yes. Do you have anything pet related?
Oh my.
I'm such an animal fan. I mean, I love animals and dogs, but
you're our best friend.
Don't know what to do. I love animals. They're the best. They make my day. You should see all the the Instagram things that I go on with dogs, silly dogs and cats. Anyways, I didn't know what to bring, what to have somebody help me make, or I don't know what to do. So I didn't do anything.
Heather, this is your chance.
Oh gosh. No. Well, I mean, there could even be pet blankets, because my pets have blankets, and little charms for their collars.
Right. That's true.
And I mean, certain things you get and they're too complicated to make. I'm just trying to think of really easy things.
An LLAP little charm for the dog collar would be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be cute. I gotta figure that out. You think that something for pets would be a good thing?
Oh, definitely.
If you, I mean, I don't want to put all this pressure on you 3 weeks before the convention.
I'm gonna call. I'm gonna see what I can do. Make some, phone calls and see if I can work around my budget. Because I'm all about the dog and cat and animal stuff. So.
And so is your grandfather.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. I'll have to tell you the whole story. My dog passed away the day before Leonard Nimoy did. And I'll just tell you really quickly. So my dog, he was very sick, and so he passed away, and I was mourning him. I was a wreck. And then the next day, I found out that Leonard Nimoy died, and I was just devastated. Like none of us really expected
Can't
it.
imagine that.
Like we knew he went into the hospital, but nobody wants that to happen. And so I was just like, oh my gosh. But I sat there, and the thing that got me through it was I thought, okay, Evo is there already. So he's waiting for Leonard Nimoy. And I had taught Evo how to do like high five where he would put his paw up. So I'm like, okay, so Evo is putting his paw up and doing like LLAP for Leonard when he gets there. And I asked all of my friends, I was like, can anybody draw this for me? Because if I had a picture of this to hang up, like it would just be so meaningful. And one of my clients, I'm a pet sitter. So I take care of animals for a living. And one of my clients drew a picture of Spock and my dog Evo with their hands up doing LLAP, and it hangs.
You have to send that to me.
I will. It hangs on my wall, like right outside my bedroom. When I walk out every morning, it's right there.
That's amazing.
And
you have to stop giving me the goosebumps. I'm serious. I got them.
And it's good. Goosebumps are good. It just shows how much we love him. And I had friends that like made me little images online with him as Spock. And then they photoshopped Evo into the picture. So I've got two of them. I've got one with Leonard Nimoy as Spock holding Evo, and then one with Leonard Nimoy just as himself holding Evo. And they were just the best little things anyone could give to me to get through that. But that memory goes with me everywhere. That's what I told Adam Nimoy, because we got interviewed for Love of Spock. And that's the story that I told. But I have a very, very intelligent, wonderful friend named Claire, and she was so eloquent in what she said about Spock that her story is the one that got chosen, very deservingly so. But that story, like I even told Adam Moy the story. Like it's just that's knowing that Leonard Nimoy cared about animals as much as he did is again just one of these other reasons that I am just so drawn to him as a person. And
you can't hate him. There's there's nothing. It's just like he was just I don't know. He was very rare.
Yes.
Very rare.
Yes. Yeah. That is probably the best way anyone has put it, that he is very rare.
Yeah. I'm a proud grandchild to say that. A grandchild of his, just like everyone else, he was a good one.
I love it.
We can all. Oh, sorry. We were all getting kind of down there for a minute. I was trying to pick it back
was just gonna say. I'm like, we could sit here and talk about how much we love him in our respective ways for hours on end. So we will try to, we'll go back to the important stuff. So Jeff.
Yes.
Well, I was just going to kind of steer us back into convention mode and just talk a little bit more about any plans or any more things you wanted to share about what's going to happen at the convention, what people can expect when they come to your table and visit you.
Just expect smiles. I'm still really working on how I'm going to decorate the table and set it all up. It's been very stressful, but what you can expect are two very friendly faces and smiles, and that's me and my best friend Shira. So she's very excited. I'm very excited, but the stress is or nervousness is taking over it. So she has all the excitedness for me right now, and it's pretty funny. So I'll definitely be taking it back when I get there. But just expect a lot of Spock. Because that's all I have there is just everything related to Spock.
There can never be enough.
It's your one-stop Spock shop. That's what I call it.
Oh, I love it. That's so perfect.
So that's what you should expect. If you need anything of Spock, you come to me. I'm there.
You are our Spock supplier.
Yes. Exactly. So awesome. I like that.
So is there anything else that you wanted to talk about really quickly while we're getting close to wrapping up, or?
No, I think I'm good. Just if anybody has any suggestions, I'm all ears. Yeah,
So
that's
aside
pretty much
from
it.
ShopLLAP.com, where else can people find you on the internet?
Twitter,
What's your Twitter handle?
um, at ShopLLAP, as well as Facebook and Instagram.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it.
So after the convention is over, we're going to be doing some wrap-up episodes. Would you be interested in stopping by the show and talking about your experiences at the convention?
I definitely would love to.
Oh,
Yes,
Yay!
thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I want to hear all about it because I have no doubt that you will be received with big open arms, and everyone. I think you might even sell out of stuff. Seriously, you have a very special shop, and your items have a very special connection. Between Leonard Nimoy and the fans, and
yeah, and it's a piece of him and everything because he helped me create so much of this. So,
yes, and that
definitely.
that makes you so incredibly unique, and I knew that we wanted to talk to you. We wanted to feature you because of that, because you're just so special. And your products are just so unique, and they're unlike anything else in the vendor's room. We just wanted to take some time to focus on you. And then when I found out you hadn't done it before, I'm like, oh, yay! We get to introduce you to our Trek family. So we will be coming by definitely on Tuesday night when the pre-registration opens. We're going to pop by and introduce ourselves, and we will keep in touch.
Definitely.
And
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. This means a lot to me, really.
Well, it means a lot to us that you came on to talk to us. This has been phenomenal.
Yes.
Thank you. Yay. I feel actually a big sense of a big weight has lifted off my shoulders just about going, and I'm really looking forward to it. So thank you. And I'm excited to meet you guys.
Yeah, we are too. You've got two new friends that are going to be looking forward to seeing you there.
Yes.
Yay.
So,
I like friends.
And before you go, I mean, I was kind of hesitant to mention this, but I feel like I should. Right back after your grandfather passed away, we did on our show we did a 2-part kind of retrospective on him and what he meant to each of us. This was before Heather was with us, unfortunately, because I'm sure she would have been wonderful on this. But my co-host Craig and I did 1 part together where we kind of talked about what the Spock character and Leonard meant to us, and how he affected our lives, and we told our Spock stories. And then on the second part, we actually had some special guests had come on, a couple of the actors from the Star Trek Experience that used to be in Las Vegas and closed, but they came on to talk about it. And Mark Cushman, the writer who wrote the Hours of the Voyages books, he came on to share his thoughts. And I just banged my knee into my desk. And a filmmaker named George Pappy, who did the Susan Oliver documentary, The Green Girl, that came out a couple years ago. Leonard acted with her in The Cage, so he had a lot of thoughts to share as well. So it was really special. There was a lot of emotion and a lot of tears. So I was hesitant to recommend.
I would definitely like to listen to that.
Yeah, it's about 2.5 hours worth of material, so make sure you got some time to spare. But they're up on our website.
Sounds good.
I can send you a link, but if you go to tricordertransmissions.com and just click on supplemental logs, it's I think the number 23 and 24. There's a tribute to Leonard Nimoy, parts 1 and 2. So
thank you. I appreciate it.
But thanks again for coming on, and we would absolutely love to have you back to tell us some stories.
I would love to be back.
Oh, really? That's so sweet.
Definitely.
So sweet.
I would. Thank you.
This has been such fun.
Thank you.
So that was our interview with Danny Schwartz from ShopLLAP, and that I can't get over how much fun that was.
Yeah, it's that was a very meaningful conversation for me. I'm so excited that we're able to bring her to the show before the convention to make everybody aware of what her products are. Like I said, I've followed her for a very long time since she was a tiny baby Etsy store.
Yeah.
And so I was beyond excited when I found out she was coming. And I'm just so glad that she came on the show. So thank you so much, Danny.
So glad that we got to talk to her, and yeah, I'm so excited about some of the products, and especially that little backpack.
I'm going to spend all the money.
I'm bringing $50 specifically to spend at that table just to get that little backpack. So we're going to go on pre-registration night and make sure we get ours ahead of time. And I'm really hoping that she'll be able to come back on the show after convention's over.
Yes. I'm really curious to see, especially for a first-time vendor, what their experience is, what she takes away from it, and really just how her experience is talking to fans. I'm really excited for her, and please come back.
Yeah, me too. I know she's nervous about it too, and I totally understand. I would be too. It's kind of overwhelming knowing that you're going into a completely sold out con as a first time vendor. So
Yeah.
it must be really hard to anticipate what you need to bring with you, and what people are going to want and how they're going to respond to everything. But I have a feeling that she's going to be welcomed with big open arms, and people are going to just be overjoyed that she's there.
Yep, absolutely.
So, all right, so we're going to close this episode up, and I want to say really quickly to everyone who's listening, thank you once again for listening. And we have separated the Shore Leave feed out into its own feed in iTunes, so it could use its own set of reviews separate from our regular Tricorder Transmissions feed. So if you guys out there who listen to us would be so kind as to jump over to iTunes and search for our Shore Leave podcast and leave us an iTunes rating. We would really, really appreciate you doing that.
Yes. And I mean, anything constructive criticism, we are open to. We want
absolutely.
to hear it. We want to know how we can make the show better. If I need to stop crying during every episode.
No, never.
But truthfully, I would love to get some constructive criticism on what we could do better. If there's any out there. So thank you guys so much for doing it. We appreciate it.
Also, we want to remind everybody that we do have our limited edition STLV 50 shirts available on Redbubble.com. You just go to redbubble.com and search for Tricorder Transmissions, and you'll find our merchandise there. Thank you to everybody who's bought them so far. We know a lot of people from the Facebook group have bought the shirts and posted pictures of them. John Krikorian, I'm talking to you. That was awesome. Thank you so much to everybody who's bought them. We are so looking forward to seeing you all at the convention with these shirts on. It's going to be a really, really happy experience, I think, for both of us to see you guys walking up to us with these shirts on.
Yeah, I would love it if you guys want to wear them to the 3rd anniversary party.
Oh, yeah.
I think we kind of talked about like doing a group picture. I can't even tell you what it means to me to have had a podcast for 6 months and to have people buying a t-shirt supporting it. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. And I'm so incredibly grateful. I'm just so grateful. So I want to see everybody. Please come to the party. It's on Thursday night, and we'll there's an event for it. We're sharing it in the group. We'll share it on the Twitters and everything once we know exactly where it's going to be. But, if you can't make it there, we want to meet you. So please make a point if you see us, even if it's just one of us, come up and say hi so that we can go find the other one and bring them over.
Absolutely. We're really looking forward to seeing everybody there. And thanks again always for listening. So we are on the web at thetricordertransmissions.com. We're also on Twitter at TTT_pod. Facebook is facebook.com/thetricordertransmissions. And I am Jeff Hewlett, and you can find me on Twitter as J_BENJ. That's J Benj. And Heather, where can they find you?
I'm Sketching Venus on Twitter, and then Heather Barker on Facebook. Find me just on Facebook, or you can find me at the unofficial Star Trek Las Vegas convention group.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, everybody, for listening. Heather, this has been a really, really fun episode.
Oh my gosh, it might be my favorite.
All right, everybody. We'll talk to you again next time. Hi there, thanks again for listening. If you're cruising the galaxy looking for even more Trek talk, why not visit our good friends Bill and Dan over at TrekGeeks.com? They've got a great podcast that covers a wide range of Star Trek topics, so you're sure to find something you'll love. And if you're in the mood for some awesome tunes, then you really need to head over to 5yearmission.net. The guys are writing a song for every episode of the original series, and each one is absolutely brilliant. So that's TrekGeeks.com and 5yearmission.net. Check them out today.